Oh, there go my J and N words.
Okay, yeah, I've already recorded. Here we go.
What's the J
Juice
word?
and nuptials.
Juice.
Jabroni.
Juice is still not as bad to say as. Anyways.
Jasper.
Oh,
Who says
that's a cute name.
Jasper?
Gobs.
I hate when those say the J word. Just kidding. Get taken off of YouTube.
Good.
All right. Huela Varia. All right, guys. We left off Emus coming up back from patrol up towards the bathhouse. You guys would be, I mean, you've been soaking now for about half hour inside the bath. You feel very clean now. Emus walking up to the path. Are you retconning or not? Because you said last time you were praying. Are you praying or not? Are you just walking up?
Oh.
Wait, so let me
you not
say
remember
how I
saying it, man?
understood that prayer to be. Real quick. Like, I was thinking it was like, hey, I'm still like completely frustrated by how this went. I'm just kind of praying, and it's like kind of a silent prayer. I'm just trying to center myself after this freaking sucky crap went.
Okay, so someone. Okay, maybe I don't remember exactly where we left off then, because that's not what I remember happening. Where did we leave off?
We left off. The last thing that happened was you coming back up to the bathhouse from patrol, from doing your inspection of the cavern system,
Okay,
the little cave
right.
that
Yep.
had the collapse.
Right. Okay, I remember. Okay.
And I remember you saying that as you were walking up, you were just going to be doing a little prayer.
Yeah, because that's where we like ended on that exact note.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I remember now. It's coming back to me.
So, Emus, you hear a quieter than normal but understandable familiar voice. Emus, are you there?
Emus is going to freeze in place. Mikhail, is that you?
It's like a struggle against it. Yes. Can you hear me now?
I can, but it's faint.
And you're going to hear kind of breaking in and out. Not this kind of staticky deal that was what was happening prior. This is almost like whispers, like breathy, exhausted kind of words. And in between the ones you hear the words contact you tomorrow, week, rest.
I'm just going to respond. I understand.
And there's no response to that.
All right. Well, after that, Emus is going to start happily bouncing towards the bathhouse.
Well, it turns. Good morning. Are you here for a bath?
Oh no, just checking in on my friends, seeing if they were done and ready to go.
I believe they're finishing up. Yes, they're inside. If you'd like to talk to them, and
No,
she's
I
gonna
can
walk.
just wait. I'll just wait
Oh,
out
go
here
ahead.
for them.
She's gonna head over and walk over to where she keeps the wood and begins, fueling the fire and keeping the water nice and hot. It is very pleasant smells coming out of the bathhouse. You notice, Emus?
Have we paid her yet?
No, you have not.
Emus just going to stand out here whistling a jaunty tune while making sure his bowstring is adjusted properly. Wait, we don't have our weapons yet. Never mind.
Yeah.
Also,
She
what
comes-
bowstring?
She comes back and puts some wood into the center fire area. Did you all enjoy your visit?
was
Yes.
lovely. I feel like a new dragon.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm glad.
How
Yeah,
much do we owe
absolutely.
you for the services?
Well, any tips for me or donations for the church will just go in that copper bowl there. And Sister Amanda will be by to collect later.
You don't charge for baths?
She looks at you kind of odd. No, it is for everyone in the village.
Hmm.
But we welcome donations. They're highly encouraged. Almost everyone does.
I would have no idea, Michael. What would be the customary tip for a bath?
Um,
Like a few copper pieces, maybe.
give me 1 second.
I'm going to put a gold coin
So
and 3 silver pieces.
her eyes widen. Wow, thank you very much. That's very generous of you.
Best bath I've had in years.
Please keep the flute that I gave you.
Thank you.
She smiles. It's pretty simple looking. It's of some very fine wood. It's like an exotic wood, but it's not like overly fancy engravings or anything in it. It's just this kind of nice elven wavy design throughout the wood, but it's not like overly gaudy or anything like that. And she smiles and she says with her eyes closed, "That'd be plenty donation for everyone. Thank you so much."
I would like to repeat Clamacy's tip. 1 gold, 3 silver.
Oh, thank you. I wish I had something to give you.
You've
Thank you so
given us
much.
enough. This was a great experience.
Thank you, thank you. And she smiles. She seems over the top, kind of blushing now.
But Zoe, do your scales feel cleaner?
I'm cringing
You
a little
do.
bit.
I feel like they shimmer.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Your fur looks much softer now.
I side eye Boogie as to say, no tip from you?
We just
Um,
doubled a party adequate tip.
Hold on. I need a roll for Agatha.
Yeah, but this goes to Sister Amanda, and she's helping us. She helped us be accepted into the town.
Got her neck broke
Let's
for
talk
us.
to her.
Yeah, she got her neck broke for you. For you, Boogie, for you.
Um, what are your guys' passive perceptions?
15, I believe.
0? Oh, I'm sorry, 10.
Yep, 15.
Okay.
But next level, I'm going
13.
to put 1 into rogue for expertise, and I'm going to put expertise in my perception.
Jeez.
And
That's
I'll
gonna
have.
be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
I see all. I learned about it kind of off topic here, but I learned about a cloak today that has eyeballs all over it, and it sees 120 feet in all directions. It sees invisible creatures, has advantage on perception rolls, and can see into the ethereal plane for up to 120 feet in all directions.
Jeez.
Pretty awesome.
That's crazy.
Did you hear my passive perception?
No, I did not.
13.
Okay, so no one notices anything. It's a nice, pleasant morning. The sun coming out is reflecting along the dew in the yard. It's getting into kind of into the wet season, but today feels like it's going to be much warmer than the days prior. You guys are looking at about like 67 degrees today.
What about Emus's passive perception? Shouldn't his be higher because he's in the place he likes to be?
I
No.
am not in the bathhouse.
Yeah, he's outside. He's outside the door.
Also, I think that
he's never here when we need him.
I think the preferred terrain is only advantage. It's not actually extra passive.
Right, right. So She kind of stands aside, smiling at you guys, kind of waiting for y'all to leave. You know what? One moment. And she runs back, and she's gonna be digging. You can hear some chest open. Some things dug through, and she comes back with this small little pouch of this kind of powdered incense that she uses for the baths. With your guys' donations, please. It's the least I could do.
What is
Try some of
this?
my. It's some of my special bath fragrance for the water. Just pour it in there with you and heat it up a little bit, and it'll soothe all your aches and it smells quite lovely.
Cal, you take that?
Hey, who's around?
No, I think you
Like,
should take it since you're the other one that donated. I got this flute.
So you guys are all outside. The whole party's there outside the door of this bathhouse right now. She's talking to everyone.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take that powder and tuck it into my breast pocket and say thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay.
Well, have a good day, guys.
You
She's
too.
gonna run back inside.
Emus,
Checking her out.
where you been? Nico.
I just went down to see if there was any activity from the goblins while we were sleeping. And you're gonna notice I look a lot happier this morning than I did than I looked yesterday.
Well, it looks like you slept well.
I kind of give a nod and shrug. Yeah. I don't normally like sleeping in such conditions, but it was passable.
Nico walks up to Emus, and he sticks out his fist for kind of a fist bump, and trying to keep it just between you two, he says, "We good?"
How should I? Emus is Emus is gonna look ashamed for a split second, just a split second.
If there is the slightest pause, I am staring them down really hard.
And then I'm going to kind of sheepishly hang my head and go, "I'm sorry, being so hard on you, Nico. It's just she means everything to me, and I feel so vulnerable without hearing from her. But yeah, we're good." And I'm gonna push his hand away and give him a hug.
And he hugs you back, and you guys embrace each other. It almost sounds like Nico might be like sniffling, like he's crying a little bit. And he pats you on the back, and then you feel kind of a not a hurtful, but like a stiff punch on your right shoulder as Agatha walks by. And she goes, "A bunch of softies," and she starts kind of walking towards this direction.
As she walks away, I'm gonna stick out my tongue at her.
I want to follow her. So, Agatha. Good job
Burns
not
looks at you.
killing Robert there.
Oh,
I'm happy the way that went.
yeah. Thanks. Wasn't easy.
I would like to start walking towards where we last saw John and Amanda together.
Mm-hmm.
Turning around.
Once I realized I didn't have my swords, that's all I can think about.
Okay. So you guys come down the way up a bit until you reach this area. I'm not going to move Agatha and Tammy around. Assume that Agatha is going to be. They're both actually going to be in the general vicinity of Calamacy.
Are there any signs of the dozens of carrier pigeons from last night?
As
Go
of
ahead and
where
make a
we are right now?
Like, are you talking about like looking around, seeing if there's a bunch of bird shit, or if they're perched up on the roofs, if they hung around, kind of deal? Is that what you're talking
Or
about?
if there's like any dead ones from the spell Nico cast, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Go ahead and.
Well, are we there yet?
Well, he's getting up to the town, so I'm gonna have him do a perception check on his way to the area. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Got it.
Right up these stairs is where Sister Amanda and John are.
1522.
as you make your look around, it does not appear that there are any current signs of what happened.
Huh, those pigeons cleared out awfully quickly.
They're like the two that Nico has that he's gonna use for like some training / experiment. He still has those. Those didn't disappear.
Right.
So as you guys come up, you see Amanda and John both outside this little area outside the prison, and they're kind of talking to each other, looking over at you. John raises his hand. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You all seem to be in better spirits.
You have a lovely bathhouse in this town.
For sure.
Yeah, Aglella's something else, isn't she? And you see his face kind of blush. Um,
Oh.
and he says, what's the plan today? I was meaning to talk to you guys if you had intentions to stay long term about living arrangements. So,
What was her name, Michael?
who? You made to put it in
The
chat.
bathhouse.
Please. He's putting it in chat real quick so we can see it.
Wella Varia.
Are you doing it in a D&D thing?
7 stars.
Oh. Yeah, totally off from what I had.
Sarah Amanda turns and she says, well, hold on. First, let's talk about what he was just saying. I was meaning to talk to you guys about if you had long-term arrangements for staying in town, because I would like to set you up with lodging so you're not staying in the mayor's keep, in the mayor's manor.
Hmm.
I'm just as happy to camp out among the stars, if I want to be honest.
Yeah, that or where we were staying previously near our ship is okay too.
Didn't us take us 2 days to get here, though?
Did
No, it's a
it?
3-mile. No, it's a 3-mile trek.
I was gonna say I thought Seth and I did it like a round
Mm.
trip.
In an afternoon, yeah.
To the hideout?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
John
Well,
raises an eyebrow. You guys are
Oh, no.
comfortable sleeping out there even with the goblins.
Well,
And
I
he
mean, our
looks over at Boogie and he says, no offense.
goal is to do something with the goblins that would help the town, one way or the other.
At the no offense, I just kind of smile mildly.
So what's the...
One way or another, do you think there are options in handling them?
No. Has anybody ever tried to talk to them with a friendly bugbear in their party?
I'm
Well,
not sure that
besides that, like, on top of that, we're able to speak to them.
Yeah, we know the goblin language. 2 of us do.
What's the general feel, John, of the townspeople about our presence here?
better than I thought. I'd say about 20% are willing to actually be friendly. And I'd say probably another 30% are open to giving it a chance with an open mind. Maybe another 30 are pretty apprehensive but willing, and then the rest have their severe doubts.
So still kind of far away from us getting our weapons back.
Whoa. I think we're going to get our weapons back, provided we leave the town.
Yeah, that's why I was saying we're gonna stay outside the town because I would like our weapons back while we go handle this goblin business.
He looks over. Do you guys have any intention of attending the Milligan trial?
I would like to speak on behalf of the Milliken boys.
So, I don't really feel a need to be there, but I would like my intention at least to be known for that trial. I don't want those boys to suffer any punishment at all.
He looks over, and Amanda and John look over at each other after hearing that, and John nods and says, I'll attest your wishes.
I kind of think we should be there for it.
When is the trial?
It'll be in 2 days from now on the 17th.
I don't
This
see why
gives-
we can't be there.
I guess he wouldn't explain that unless you asked. Never mind.
We can
Fair
probably leave and return by then.
Sister Amanda, were you able to make anything out of all those carrier pigeon notes?
Well, it seemed to be almost about every combination of them coming and which way that could even be logically feasible. Every minor route was mapped, every time that was possible for them to leave was detailed, every arrival from no arrival to them arriving,
Hmm.
possibly definitely seems to be some kind of someone trying to muddy the waters, as you were.
I would like to say into the hat, do you think this is work of Sarek?
Yes.
So, Sister Amanda, what do you think is a timely means for the leaders to get here from the church?
Given the conditions, if they weren't what they were, I would say maybe on the 17th, but given the conditions as they are, I think it's more likely around the 19th, maybe the 20th.
So I moved my head backwards, kind of taken aback. Do we need all of the clerics to come here?
Oh, yeah, because it's removed.
I would still like the one knowledgeable about Sarek to arrive here.
Sister Amanda, we have additional info about our curse.
He looks at you. Let's go inside and talk maybe in the town hall. She's gonna walk over and open the doors to the town hall.
I'm going to say in the hood, not a word about my oath.
Agreed.
Don't tell Captain to talk.
Don't tell what?
Don't tell the Captain to talk and tell the story. I'm not good at keeping information away.
What room is this?
This is the town hall.
Oh.
Yeah, the roof button doesn't actually get rid of the roof for me to be able to see. But you removing it does it.
Does N work for you?
No, it was just moving a portion of it and not that roof itself.
Is that better for you
The-
guys?
Yeah.
So who do you want to start, Sister Amanda?
Like whoever has the information, just give me, I guess.
I guess
Who-
I'll go ahead
who
and
do you-
start.
Does your group have a designated leader?
We
Nope,
do.
we co-lead. I'm only the captain when it comes to being on the ship.
and the name you spread in your wake.
In our wake. That's a apt word for us, actually.
What
I'm
do you
just
mean the
gonna
word we spread?
behind
the
Calamity's
moral
back.
savants.
Yeah, behind Calamity's back. I'm just gonna kind of point at her.
She looks expectantly at Calamity.
Mm-mm.
I'll go ahead and fill you in on some things. Due to the nature of this, I hope that you understand that we can't divulge all information that we know. So I want to be honest with you up
She
front.
narrows her eyes and she reaches into her coat pocket and kind of flips over a lapel, and you see this button, this kind of token pin on her cloth, and it looks like a harp. And she says, "Are you members?" Kind of curious about the secrecy and things, hinting at whether or not you're members of the Harpers.
I say in the hood, we are, right?
Probably not.
I'm
I think
not,
we
no.
are. Didn't we become members of the Harpers in
That was a
Selgant?
different. No. You're thinking of when you played Kasu.
Just 1 minute, please.
He said,
Let's talk together.
No, I thought that when we went in to take the dragon quest, we became members.
So, real quick, is everybody like ignoring me, or are we like kind of like getting herded by me off to the corner near the door?
What?
So Andrew's, he said in character, let's all have a moment like to discuss over here, is what he's saying.
Yeah. So outside of the hood, like we can't have a freaking 40-second conversation without her being like, "Hey, how come you guys are all silent and all weird?" So I was like, "Hey, let's all talk right over here."
Now he's asking if you guys would actually go or if you guys are going to kind of ignore Boogie.
I look at him questioningly, like, why? Like, I'm asking you guys out of game. Didn't we become members of the Harpers
No.
when we took the Dragon Quest?
That was a different campaign, not this
No,
campaign.
no,
No.
no, Mom
We
thought you
joined like
no.
a guild, like an
You get-
The
adventurers
Adventurers
guild.
Guild, not the
Yeah.
Harpers. The Adventurers Guild.
Okay. That's what I was confusing. And I'll say I'm gonna look at Boogie.
Your character, Bazoy specifically, has done work with the Harpers. So you're not like an initiated member, but you have worked alongside the Harpers. That's where you got the mask from, was from the Harpers.
Okay, I'm gonna say, can you give us just 1 second, Sister Amanda? And then come over here to Boogie.
Sure, John. And John and Amanda are gonna walk back into this little council area.
What's up, Boogie?
Guys, we're definitely not members of the Harper.
But I've worked with the Harpers.
So,
Okay, so are you a member then? Because I'm not.
I'm not a member, but I'm familiar with them.
okay, well, we should just answer no. I mean, we can still be like, hey, we have some secrets without being formal members.
Okay. Is that all you wanted to call this meeting for?
Yes, I thought.
Okay.
So I say into the hood. I thought it was suspicious for us to sit here and think into the hood.
John comes over to this partition and kind of puts his arms cross-legged. They don't go up like that; they're flat, and he puts his arms cross-legged and puts his chin on it, looking at the group.
Okay. Sister Amanda, I've worked with the Harpers, but I'm not a formal member, no.
Okay. Well, I suggest joining if you guys are, um, not to cast doubt or anything, but if you are who you maybe suggest to be, Just takes a deep breath. So what is the secret?
Well, the thing I wanted to talk to you about was the reason why we called all the clerics here was because of the mark on our captain over there. And it seems since the last time we've seen you, none of us carry that mark any longer. It has disappeared.
So should I send another pigeon to Shadowdale, canceling the request?
No. Don't you think that they would still be useful?
Useful,
We
yes,
don't
but
need every single cleric to come here.
my fear is wasting the Lord's resources and being punished for doing so.
I mean, I suppose we could just eventually travel to Shadowdale and then meet the cleric there.
That's true. Perhaps that's a good idea, Sister Amanda.
The last messenger that went there was that we need all available clerics to come here, right?
To remove the mark from the captain, correct?
He looks down. There'll probably be a small fee for requesting and then canceling, but I'm sure they haven't gotten too far, so it shouldn't be too steep.
What
And
would be the fee?
she shrugs. I have no idea with the war. Things are hard to say. She's gonna run out to go send that message before any more time passes.
Good.
I'm gonna look over at John and say, when you guys figure out what the fee is, could you let us know as a party?
Raises his eyebrow. Nah, I don't think we should be paying anything to him anyway. Fuck him.
Oh, actually, I am curious. Why don't you like them?
Why would I?
Well,
What kind of question is that?
I'm sorry, I don't know too much about the local politics. Can you tell me about them, please?
Same old, same old. Lord wanting to milk the cow in which they don't take care of. We've got these goblin problems running around, the war going on. I mean, everyone under. I'm trying to think of the word for it.
Selgaunt.
No, basically anyone under the system in which milks the people for the resources, increasing them for the war efforts and for this, that, the other. He's basically saying they've gotten out of hand and too much, and that he feels like they pay too much and aren't represented well enough. He looks off. Honestly, I was even thinking about claiming independence.
Fascinating. This is really important info for our negotiations with the goblins.
He raises an eyebrow. Are you, in all seriousness, planning to make allies with them? You know, and he looks you, Boogie, right in the eyes, like, and you feel like he's speaking from the heart. He says, "Very few are like you."
Yes. I've got high hopes and mediocre expectations. I would love it to go like I'm visualizing. But
And how are you visualizing it? Them sitting here voting on town matters in these chairs.
oh no, that's much too advanced, I think.
He has an eyebrow raised.
Honestly, I plan on playing it by ear, seeing what sort of situation and what kind of mentality they've got.
He's gonna lean in. Look, I don't know how to exactly say this, but I think the town would be more on your side if you just. He kind of looks around, sticks his hand in his pocket. Just got rid of him.
Feels wrong to slaughter all, even women and children.
Oh, I don't mean that. God. And he looks you up and down, climbs. He's like, you had a troubled youth. I'm simply talking about taking out their fighters, their warriors, their, the parasitic ones.
Well, I mean, that was probably what was going to happen regardless. One's set in ways, one's rarely change.
And if I'm completely honest, I'm not sure that I could convince them that it was hard enough for one bugbear. I can't imagine trying to convince the town to trust thousands of the little green and orange ones.
Emus is going to pipe up at this point. Look, we have to convince them too. I mean, it's a two-sided sword for us. So, I mean, we really have our work cut out for us. But I don't want you to misinterpret what we're saying. It's something that we want to try to do. We promise to solve the solution one way or the other. We're just trying a diplomatic approach first. And if that fails, well, kind of put my hand on my spear.
I look kind of relieved at that answer, even though like he's putting his hand on an empty pocket, whatever. Yeah, I'm just as if like that's kind of what I was trying to say.
How has that been going, by the way? You guys set that trap. Has any more information came of the goblins around the village?
Well, I went poking down around the entrance of the cave. I didn't see any recent activity down there today.
Not recent, no, but you did notice the collapse that was easily movable if you actually
Right.
not easily movable, but movable without, equipment.
Yeah, I remember.
What the heck? Friggin' DM, you're like, would John know this info?
That's what I'm saying. Did John? You guys are gonna tell John? John has not indicated that he knows of that. No, he has no indication that he knows of that.
So I'm going to respond. I did walk down there this morning and last night. I did a quick patrol as well, and I haven't seen anything yet. The cave entrance on there looks like that's improperly sealed off, so I wouldn't rule it out as a possibility, and should probably either be resecured or investigated to make sure that it's not being used by them.
I would like to check it out. I think it's a good start.
I agree.
Nico speaks up. If it's sealing you need, I could seal it.
Definitely after we check it out, that would be nice.
Nico
Yeah.
looks over at John. What's the deal with that mine anyway? And John kind of shrugs. He says, well, "It was under um, ownership and laid claim by Shadowdale. We had people that worked there, but the mine is a few miles away from town. The cave system down there does have an entrance, one of the side entrances to the mine system, though.
Do you happen to have a map laying around of the local area? Maybe you could point out some of the known entrances.
I don't have a map, but I could draw you a crude drawing.
That works.
Yeah, that sounds very helpful.
What exactly are you needing?
I just wondered if you could roughly draft out all the known entrances and exits to the mines, and whether your last knowledge of them is whether they've been accessible or not.
Well, about 2 miles from here, to the southwest, there's. Hold on, is it southwest? Let me check real quick. I think it's southeast, actually.
Looks
So
fine to
to the northwest, there is the open of the mine. That there's a large pit there that, last I heard, has been completely abandoned, and I think that might be one of the nest locations, based on some travelers speaking about just how many goblin reports have been coming out of that area. So we got the cave.
What direction is our boat?
Our boat is to the
South, right?
to the south.
Okay.
I've got another question. Is this conversation actually taking a long time?
Well, he's currently drawing up a map, so yeah, it's taken quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down.
Well, why don't you finish? How far along is he? Is it we're going to be standing here for like 10 minutes or like a half hour?
Probably about 5 minutes. He's almost done.
Okay.
As in, I'm almost done drawing.
I'm going to. Well, if I wouldn't mind starting to head on down there, so I can start getting a look around before everyone's footprints mucks it all up.
Before we have the drawing?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go down and check the cave. I know where the cave is. I don't need a map to that. I was there this morning.
It's on the edge of the forest. I'd be careful. No one's came back from the mist that's gone in.
I'm just gonna nod. Don't worry, I can handle myself. I'm gonna kind of look over at Clemency. I'll meet you guys. I'll be waiting for you guys down there if that sounds good with you.
I shrug.
I'm so sick of this cough.
Calamithy, did you respond?
I said, yeah, that's fine.
So instead of Ferris always running off, now we've got Emus always leaving.
Yeah,
We gotta
just
get
wanna
one down.
I just want to go look for footprints and stuff before a bunch of people are trampling the site. I want to make sure I see everything I can.
Okay, there is the drawing.
That took him a half hour to draw. No, okay.
I said 5 minutes.
For real? Jeez.
Uh,
And it also took him time to find the utensils to draw it, so that was like 2.5 of the minutes.
okay.
You did decide to leave to go near goblins without your weapon. You remember that, right? You don't have.
Well, he still hasn't given. Oh, God, can I get those back? Okay, before I leave, John, can I have my bow and spear back, please?
Yeah, I'll just have to escort you to the edge of town.
Oh, okay, sure, fine, whatever. I guess I have to wait for the party then. Never mind.
Give me my weapons. I mean, you're welcome to try to pickpocket them. They're so as you open the door to walk out, actually, you do see a pigeon being let go by Amanda. She opens the room. It is the town treasury where your weapons are currently being stored. She comes out. Be meeting her out here, I guess. You do notice there is quite a bit of coin inside the treasury. She's gonna shut the door behind her and lock it. Hi, Spons, how are you?
Good. How are you?
What did she say? Spawns?
Savants.
Oh, savants.
A little nervous. Afraid of chastisement for the requesting aid and then canceling it. My original letter indicated quite the urgency.
Well, it was urgent.
I know. I hope they understand. And
If
then
there's a
John
fee,
comes
could you
walking
let
out.
us know?
We canceled as fast as we thought of the problem.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally been like what, 6 hours?
No. Since they were originally requested, it's been over a day. It's been a day and a half since they were originally requested.
I thought she just requested it last night before we went to bed.
No, she sent like what's it called? Correspondence. She sent a letter saying that, hey, it's more urgent than I originally said. I need you to hurry up. So she sent an original letter requesting aid, and then she sent another one that said, hey, it's getting worse.
Gotcha.
Right, and then this most recent letter was about a day later, maybe a little less, saying, "Hey, cancel that super urgent."
So
John
could you
comes
let us
walking
know if
out.
there's a fee associated with that?
She nods. Sure. John comes out. Amanda, would you grab their weapons out of the bag in the treasury, please? They're going to be leaving town for a bit. She nods, walks back, unlocks the heavy lock, walks inside, opens one of the chests, comes back out. Yeah, you get the feeling that this town did not struggle for money, and that they still have quite a reserve of it. She comes out with the bag. So whose is whose? She's gonna reach in and pull out this kind of beautiful bow. Wow. And she grabs it with the left hand and gets ready to pull it back the string.
Hey,
I'm gonna hastily step forward. Oh yeah, that's mine. Thank you. And I'm gonna kind of quickly lift it from her hands.
Absolutely. And she's gonna go through and everyone one by one pull out their weapons, and then John goes, no, put him back, looking around. We have to walk to the edge of town. And she holds out her bag for Emus to put his bow back in.
He's gonna have a very childish kind of pout on his face as he hands it back over.
So am I, because I was eagerly awaiting to see the hilts of my swords.
So John asks, are you heading to the edge of town where the watchtowers are? Or you
We're
Well, you
headed down
mentioned
to the
the collapse
collapse.
that wasn't secure. Are you wanting to
Right.
breach that and have your weapons from there?
Yeah, I think that's
Yep.
a good place to start.
Okay. And they're gonna walk. Yeah, I'll drag it down there, Caitlin, when it's time.
Is she pooping?
No,
No,
Gar
Gar
came
came
in
in saying more water, please.
like a robot.
hey, about where I am seems pretty reasonable. I'd kind of gesture like, "Hey, are we doing this?"
John has every intention to walk down to the collapse.
All the way. Okay. Well, I'm a follower. What? Oh, you said it.
Well, know where I'm at now. I think I'm off the map.
Right. You guys come down to the entrance of the collapse, and John looks over, kind of checking out the collapse that you were talking about. You really think someone could move those? And he's gonna walk over and get a closer look. I'll be damned. And he's gonna start pulling on one, building up a sweat, but sure enough, it moves to the side. Oh, that's not
Is
good.
he inside of the darn collapse?
No, the collapse is right here.
That's what is protecting them from the goblins?
Yes, protecting them from the entrance to the goblins.
Hmm.
But I suppose we should just seal this off, no? Or you wanting? What is the plan here?
I'm gonna start poking and prodding around to see if any of the rocks are look like they might have been intentionally or recently moved or intentionally placed to be easy to move.
John, we've been perfectly honorable. Give us our weapons back, please.
Amanda, as you say that, is currently laying them out on the ground here from the bag. You could have your weapons in town for all I care. It's just the townspeople I have to worry about seeing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll explore this area. You don't have to worry about any potential dangers. Let's just take our weapons and you guys head back.
He raises an eyebrow at you. Make a persuasion roll.
Here it goes. 8.
What's the hurry to have me out of the way?
The hurry is entirely your own safety.
Thought I used to be an adventurer.
Okay, you can stay with us for all I care.
Oh, I don't plan on my adventuring days. I hung up the sword. I'm just saying, within reason. Don't
Okay,
mind being
what do you
here.
think we should do here?
That's a good call. Good question. I think the only two options would be clear out the rubble and scout, see how bad the problem is, or seal it up now and hope no too bad damage has been done. He pulls out his mug that seems empty, looks around, kind of gives it a little shake, and then begins drinking from it as you see a head on top of the mug.
Jeez.
I think to myself, so that's the enchantment.
See, it seems that he's a little stressed out, trying to calm his nerves.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look over at John and say, "Do you need some help with something?"
No. Amanda, I think we'd be best getting out of their hair. Doesn't seem like they need and or want our company. And then you hear Agatha kind of, mutter under her breath, kind of deal. Quietly enough that you don't think John heard. And they head out. You guys have your weapons now on the floor. You're all here. What is the party doing?
Well, Emus is supposed to be scoping it out.
Yep. I'm pushing and moving rocks. I'm trying to see if any of them have been intentionally placed or moved, or very easy to move, even though they look like they shouldn't be, kind of thing deal.
Okay, roll an investigation check for me.
While he does that, can you bring my token onto the left side where I can click it?
I'm not seeing any of the tokens. I don't know where we
Huh?
are.
We are underground.
Are we?
Yes.
This is the mine shaft general area.
So, right click into that shaft area.
What? Oh, click on Emus?
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
See, investigation, I got 4 plus 5, 9.
A cool
Uh,
cave.
So, as you push and push and push, it seems that there isn't it's not kind of, at least as far as you can tell, there is no mechanism or anything that kind of, it seems that some rocks in certain areas are a little bit smaller and there's kind of clusters of small rocks. And you feel that if you moved a couple 45-pound, 70-pound rocks, that it might create a small enough opening to squeeze through.
I'm going to start lugging some of these rocks out of the way to the side.
Okay, make an athletics check for me.
I'll go ahead and help him out with that. I mean, there's no reason for anybody to work alone here.
All right. You roll an athletics check as well?
I will also roll.
I got an 8.
Oof. I got 5.
15.
So as Emus and Calamus are struggling with these, you watch as Boogie kind of comes over, bends down, picks ones up, and just walks it over and sets it down with relative ease. And as you guys dig away, there is a small hole leading into a long, winding, dark, dank cavern hall.
I'm going to see, look down the hallway. Do I see any signs of light in the distance? Can I feel the air moving through the hole I created? Is there any signs of recent activity on the other side, or is it everything pretty dusty and
So
stuff?
how
I would take a deep breath to try to smell anything.
okay, both of you make perception checks.
While these guys are freaking trying to figure something out, I want to grab a pebble and like cast light on it, as long as it's not distracting them at all.
13 for myself.
You can find a
14.
pretty small pebble. You can see a little bit of tattered clothing near the entrance of the cave. It looks like some maybe scrapings of mud or blood on the rock, a little bit of sharp edge heading out of that little hole that you would have to crawl through. There is a very, very, very slight breeze coming from the hallway toward you guys, and it is not super strong, but on that wind there is a faint, kind of nasty smell, like just filthy kind of smell.
Not normal for what you would find in a
Cool.
mine shaft.
I mean, how much mining experience do you have?
So,
Probably not.
I'll. It's kind of a mild, medium whisper to the entire party that includes the girls. They are here, right?
Yeah, everyone's here.
So that includes the girls.
Yeah,
Yes.
Agatha and Tammy are near me. They're not, you can't actually see them, but he had mentioned that they'll be around me.
Everyone make sure that you're around me or Calamity. We're able to speak Goblin.
So Nico is going to look around the group over at Tammy. Hey, not to be kind of opposing to the wave of the group, but don't you think maybe Tammy and I at least should head back and talk to the carpenter and see what we can do about getting the ship fixed up?
I thought that was the plan the entire time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you
Um,
like. Why not?
Whichever, you can come in here with the goblins, or if you'd feel more comfortable, or whatever the case may be, ship
He
would
looks
work too.
he looks a little shy and meek and rubs his back of his neck and goes, "Could I have some funds in case there needs to be negotiating or upfront purchasing?
Yes.
And do I have a limit?"
Hmm.
Why don't we try to keep it under 20 gold pieces to start off with?
For everything, including the entire ship being fixed?
Well, I mean, to
Oh.
start.
I was gonna
There's-
pass him like the large black pearl, which is worth 1,000 gold piece.
Whew.
That he could work with all repairs and anything else we needed on the ship.
Yeah, that's not just covering an initial investment. That's like, hey, you guys work on
It's
this for a while.
it's not saying he has to spend all 1,000 gold piece. It just is saying like this is what he has basically to work with at this moment.
Well, I saw quite a bit of gold stacked up in the treasury room of the village treasury, so I don't think they would have an issue transferring that into gold, something I could work with in the market.
That's not like we still have a perfect sapphire that's worth 4,500 gold piece, and imperfect rubies, two of them 250 a piece.
And you guys have
5
a lot of
bloodstones,
gold.
500 gold piece.
We don't need all of that. Nico, do you feel relatively confident negotiating prices?
He laughs and says, "Well, yeah, I can modify." And then he stops and looks over at Emus. Yeah, I think so.
Wait, I'm sorry. I missed what initially was said.
He was gonna say can modify memories.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe I should not do that though, because last time.
yeah, okay. So that that doesn't sound like the greatest idea. So, excluding that idea, which could be on the table in the future, how confident do you feel about negotiating?
I mean, I am kind of charming, but I mean, what are the limitations? Am I allowed to magically charm people? Because if so, then I'm very confident.
Okay, I'm starting to look a little frustrated. So, I suppose it would be okay for you to charm people, but I would never want anybody to think that we swindled them.
Um, yeah, normally people are aware of a charm once it's over. Okay, I'll do it the honest way. I think 500 gold maybe should get me started.
Okay. I will hand you the 2 imperfect rubies.
Were those 500 or 250 each?
250 each.
He nods. Hopefully they give me market value for these. All right, Tammy, move me off. And Agatha kind of looks over at him, just solidifying the fact that she's staying here.
I'm smiling.
All
Actually,
right.
maybe you should work closely with Tammy. She has experience as a vendor.
Are you saying this to Agatha?
Oh no, what? I'm talking to Nico.
Oh, okay. Tammy or Agatha was about to tell you to shove it, Furball. Nico nods. Yeah, I'm pretty confident we can do something. And he looks over, and they both kind of smile at each other, like they've been writing down, scheming about plans for the ships.
Emus with his head still buried in the hole, trying to investigate things. Yeah, this time I won't be around to mess things up.
He laughs and says, "Oh, once we do get it up and running, Tam and I were thinking maybe we could head to Shadowdale or maybe one of the coastal towns and outfit it properly. Get some cannons, ballistas, other things set up on it."
Yeah, maybe we could get an artificer table.
Tammy starts bouncing up and down. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you're our official artificer for the group. We need you. You only the best.
Hey,
Wow, that's gonna be. And think if you guys actually make a name for yourselves, I'll be the moral savant's artificer.
Yep. Here, here.
yeah, I'm so happy. Hey, what do you guys think about increasing the budget for not just repairing but going off and getting things?
We're not going away for weeks and weeks. Right? The most I think we're ever going to be away is maybe a day or two. We'll be back in time to add more funds. We'll be back way before they're done with fixing the ship up.
Well, I was thinking they were just gonna immediately kind of rush off to Shadowdale.
Oh no,
Well, our
I
boats.
didn't think that. I thought the whole
No.
group was going to be, once it was up and running, going to Shadowdale.
Yes.
Roads-
Do
the
Tammy and
roads are
Nico
a
have
bit.
anything to say about that?
Yeah, they're worried that the roads would be too dangerous to go on their own to Shadowdale. If they go to Shadowdale, they want to fly with the
Oh.
ship. They don't want to travel on the road.
Okay, 500 is good for a local budget. That's for sure.
All right, good luck, guys. Be safe. Be safe out there, Tammy says as she walks away.
You as well.
Kick ass, Agatha. She's like, I
No.
will. All right. And Agatha starts squeezing through the hole.
Well, hang on. And, kind of grab the back of her shirt a little bit.
Hey, watch it, man.
We haven't even decided if we're actually going to go in there or not.
Oh, we're
I was
going
just-
in.
I'm gonna kind of go. Okay, look through the hole and tell me what you see. I'm gonna kind of cross my arms with a smug look on my face.
A dark tunnel.
Right, and what do we not see?
A light tunnel?
Evidence of any goblins.
Oh, there's a cloth over here.
Yeah, but it could be there. It could have been there for a long time.
Ooh,
Got a
I can
smelly
use.
wind.
That's true. I could use my stealth gear that Nico just enchanted, so we could sneak up and scope out the place.
Oh, you're passed without a trace.
Yeah. That gives everybody a +10 to stealth.
Whoa.
That sounds like a pretty good option, but I do want to talk to Agatha beforehand.
I think that's smart.
So
I just don't know why we should go trouncing down this tunnel that we don't see any evidence of any recent activity. Seal it up and then go overland to
The cave.
the pit that
I mean,
John mentioned.
the
We've
smell
already run
is
into him multiple times in the forest. We haven't explored underground yet, so
Well, this would sneak up behind where they would probably have guards because they're not going to expect anybody coming in through this sealed up way.
I kind of chuckle and hold up the map. And we can navigate through this mine and tunnel system with this, huh?
so
Agatha looks over. I think it's pretty good.
it doesn't matter if this map is not ideal. This ability allows us to travel pretty well camouflaged for a while.
Also, does my dagger of blind sight sense anything?
I'm
Help
not.
me sense anything?
I'm less concerned about us doing anything sneaky. There's nothing to sneak against here. It's empty. There's no one here. I feel like we would be wasting our time trying to go down this thing.
Well, it's smelly. It's got a weird smell to it. Can you think of a different explanation?
I'm
Well, Eva's
kinda
gonna come
give
to the
you-
bathhouse, Agatha says.
I'm, I'm gonna shoot Boogie a confused look. Well, yeah, it's a cave system. Water stagnates, things grow and decay, and bad smells occur. It's nothing abnormal.
Well, I guess a ranger would know this area better than me. What do you guys think?
It only sucks
just-
that Nico just left and he had a good way of sealing it. If we're not
Well,
going to do this.
We can always go back and ask him to do it like later when he has time. It doesn't look like it's been used recently, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem if it waits
So,
another day.
like, it's probably haven't been used in about, based on the mud on the other side, about a week.
That's pretty recent.
Oh, that's way more recent than I thought it was. Yes.
Like the blood made me think that maybe it was the carcass that they had stolen and they drug it through this way because that's what led us to this spot.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Okay, never mind. I'm on board.
Okay. So,
Also, dagger of blind sight. Do I see anything?
You can smell the blood pretty. You can actually, you can smell the blood on the rock, but no, other than that.
Okay.
so hold up, Agatha. So, most of these goblins are probably bad guys, but a few of them, maybe 2 or 3, are okay. We don't need to be going and taking them out. Just every single one of them.
Also, you have to think of the whole group, not just yourself and the excitement of the adventure and possibly fighting something. You rushing in endangers the rest of us if it leads to a trap.
All right. I get it. I'm just Excited to try out new things. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a better grasp for some things.
You are. I'm excited to see it too.
Is the hole big enough for me to try to wiggle through?
Yes, it'd be squeezing, but yeah.
I'm gonna take a. You must take a deep breath. I'm gonna walk over to the weapons that he has not picked up yet, and it affects the bow and the spear to my chest piece. Well, shall I dive in first?
Agatha walks over and picks up the staff that Nico had left, only keeping his wand. You think he'd be upset if I use this?
I think as long as it didn't get broke, I don't think he would care. He seems like the sharing type.
I want to lean down and pick up my mace and my weapons.
Same.
Yeah, I would go grab all of them. I look guilty as I'm picking up all of my daggers and my longbow, my 2 scimitars,
So-
my babies.
There's nothing on the ground now, right?
No, there shouldn't be after everyone's got all their stuff.
Okay. So
I'm gonna.
I want to continue making space because I would also like to get through there.
I was going to suggest the same thing, as maybe we should work towards making this Bazoy and Boogie friendly to get through.
Well, I could squeeze through first to start keeping a little lookout while if you guys make a lot of noise to see if anyone notices.
You watch as a very odd look passes over Agatha's face as she shivers.
So I would actually have
What's up,
Agatha go
Agatha?
with you.
I think I'm gonna go give this back to Nico. I'm gonna see if I can borrow his wand maybe instead.
Too
She's
powerful.
Okay, sure.
Necromancy, I'm betting.
Whatever.
What are you trying to say, Andrew?
I don't know nothing about no wand or staff. They're the same to me. I'm just
You
trying
said
to move
something
some
about
rocks.
wanting to go through with me.
Oh, no, not at the same time necessarily. I was just like, hey, I want to also go through there.
Okay.
So as you spend a couple, probably about 2 more minutes opening up the hole, it's now about the size that you guys can fit in. Agatha comes back about 3 minutes after that, kind of panting. Okay. Sorry, guys. Thanks for waiting.
No problem.
And you see her like kind of flicking around the wand that she was given. Now she like walks up like I need to cast these intricate spells with it. Like,
Cool.
all right, are we doing this, guys? She says.
We're doing this. Do you have your short sword and dagger still, just in case? I can't tell if she does or not.
She does have her short sword.
Okay.
She doesn't have a dagger on her, but she has a short sword.
Okay.
Emus is gonna turn towards the hole and start climbing through.
All right. Are you casting Pass Without a Trace or no?
Yes.
Okay. 1 second.
Are we all able to get through yet?
Yes.
I guess that
So
would kind of depend on Emus, like if he's just freaking just dashing right through without everybody.
so just so you know, it lasts for an hour. So are you wanting to use it now or further into the map indicates you have about 1.5 miles, 2 miles of tunnels to go through.
Oh shoot.
Well, would you guys like the support now or when we think that we need it more?
I think it can wait.
Okay.
Right.
Everybody else?
I think that's a good plan. Wait
Yeah,
a
I
little
think-
while.
I say we wait over a mile.
Okay. So All right, I need to know. You guys crawl through the hole and get into the other side of this long, long tunnel. I need to know how you guys are approaching. At what point, what distance of hearing, seeing, knowing anything, smelling anything that you would cast Pass Without a Trace. As you walk in, the foreseeable, 400 feet or so of darkness appears to be empty. There's not a lot of noise going on. There's like just a steady, maybe occasional every 50 seconds or so. Drip, drip.
I would kind of like Bezoit to be in the back. It's my
Yeah.
impression that she's the least stealthy, although she doesn't have any disadvantage anymore. I want to be in the middle of the party. So, what did the map indicate? Like 1.5 to 2, or 1 mile to 1.5?
It was about 1.5 miles, 2 miles till you got to the like where the mine was located at.
So we could kind of talk about this like right when we were freaking slipping through this little spot. I was thinking we would cast it 1.25 miles in. Kind of sounds like no objections.
I mean, I just think it's at this point a little too specific, and I think it's like something we should worry about. Why do we need to decide this right now? The exact meter marker that we cast the spell.
Yeah,
So-
I think it's just a play-by-play basis on what we notice as we're walking up.
Okay, so you guys are kind of waiting for any sort of indicator, like some sort of sound or something, before we
Correct.
bother casting it.
I think so.
Okay, sounds good to me. So we
So-
move kind of quietly and also listen primarily.
Make a group stealth check as you guys make your way through the.
Come on, Bezoit.
What? Hey, you're not
I
one
rolled
of the
a
top
10, but I have a plus 10, so 20.
Didn't you give us all a plus 10?
No, not yet. That's what we've been discussing on when to cast
Oh.
it.
3. Okay, I've got a 12 total.
I got a
Stealth.
15. What?
Jeez. I mean, I don't think you were one of the top 3 that were trying to do it, but that's better than me.
I thought he said a group, so just everybody does it.
Seth?
It's alright, I'm outside with the dog. Give me 1 second.
That's fine. We'll give you a little bit of time. Gives me time to do some stuff.
Cool. I'm happy we have our full hit points. Calamithy, virtual high five.
I don't. I was choked up by Sarek. I have 75 out of 95.
Full maximum hit points.
Oh, yes, that is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry that they freaking choked you. That's rough.
Yeah.
You probably should have used a hit die or two while you were resting in the spa in order to rejuvenate some health.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, me neither.
That would have been smart.
Yeah, the hit dice, since we're kind of waiting, during a long rest, you regenerate half of your hit dice. So you have like 9 hit dice since you're level 9. And every short rest, you're able to use whatever number of them you want in order to regenerate health. So if you were to be like long rest, short rest, long rest, short rest, then you could use half of your hit dice to regenerate health every single short rest, since you're
Alright,
about to
sorry about
regenerate
that.
the rest of your hit dice.
You're
Anyways.
good.
Hey, back.
7 plus 8, 15.
Okay.
What I got?
Wait, that's at advantage. Hold on.
Is it?
Yeah, because of my cloak.
Oh, wait, that's assuming visual. You could go ahead and do it at advantage, assuming visual.
While
I
you wear
guess
this
I could.
cloak, wisdom perception checks made to see you have a disadvantage, and you had advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to hide. So no, I do have advantage at stealthing. 17 plus 7, 24.
So my I was at 15 without it being stealth, but if it's sound based, then my advantage makes it to 18.
Okay. So as you guys approach about, yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
We're waiting until we.
No, I meant my son. I don't know what my son's doing. He's got his penis out and is making gun noises. He's pretending to
It's
shoot
not just his
lasers out of it.
penis, it's his penis and balls. Just
He's-
hanging out the waistband. It's weird.
Anywho, let me bring you guys to this map.
This boy.
Yeah, he loves being a robot.
Well, I can't point any fingers. I enjoy being a robot as well.
Here, you want me to uncontrol you? So as you guys come up, it's about, you guys feel probably about a mile and a half in. You catch your first glimmer of activity. You can smell smoke coming from the cavern as it goes up and left around the corner. And the very, very, very distant cackle of something burning.
Okay, I think into the hood. Stop.
Say again?
I think into the hood. Stop.
Emus is still sneaking along.
Okay, I kind of reach over and kind of smack the back of his side. I'm reaching from right to left, and maybe just barely touch his back.
What?
Let's cast it here. I whisper, let's cast it here.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. As Clemency touches the breastplate of her new armor, you watch as this kind of shadow sneaks across. It almost feels like this vertical 3D shadow that pulses out and then vanishes. This odd feeling of just muffledness about yourself. Yeah, you guys are currently affected by the second level abjuration spell, Pass Without Trace.
So we all get 10 added to our stealth at this moment, correct?
Yeah. Correct. For the next,
Hour.
a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For 1 hour, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you including you, has a +10 bonus to stealth, and cannot be tracked except by magical means, meaning you guys are no longer leaving footprints or anything.
Okay, I kind of nod to whoever's looking at me as if I were some kind of leader.
So I'm gonna kind of whisper. All right, so we sneak in, we scout them out. Maybe we can find some information or something that might help us start a negotiation with them. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good. I am cool with Boogie being leader in this area because he is the most goblin one, and I think they've been trying to communicate with him.
Okay, as we move forward, roll a new group stealth check.
So did we agree that it just makes it a base 10 or adds 10 more to what you already have?
No, it adds 10 more on top of whatever you have. I looked it up.
Yeah.
I have a 24 then.
Okay.
I rolled really badly, and got 29.
I rolled 30.
I've got a 22, and that's not using any kind of advantage. Even though I guess I am moving silently.
And I rolled a 10 again.
Wow.
Yeah. It's so nice being me.
But your group average was a 25 for your stealth roll.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. You guys, as you walk along, you feel that your footsteps are very muffled on the stone.
So, I, I use my fancy remembering ability with my artifact. What the heck did Emus just say? We get some info to figure out if we have any extra ability.
I said let's sneak in. Let's scope them out. Let's see if we can find any information or any try to come up with some ideas of how to start peaceful negotiation with them. So like if we can sneak in and you guys can overhear some of their conversations, if we can see if maybe they got a shrine or some religious stuff going on down here that might help us learn about them, to influence them, things like that.
Okay.
From deeper within, as you come around the corner, you hear a little bit of chattering going on around this campfire, and you hear a lot of noise coming from further within. This much of these voices chittering, chattering over each other. Okay, hold on.
Okay. From right where I am, what do I see about the group?
As you guys come around the corner, I'm gonna need you, as you get to that point, I'm gonna need Boogie, Emus, and Bezoit to make visual stealth checks as you're coming up the corridor. You see 4 goblins around, and you kind of get the vibe that they're like a watch, like a guard thing, meant to keep this side of the tavern secure. but they're currently in conversation with each other.
Do we add 10 to that visual stealth?
Yes, you do.
24 again.
Oh, man, my last roll was so good.
16, 19, 25, 35.
14.
So as the group approaches, you hear, and then you hear this one go, "Ooh la la," and the others pause and they turn. I'm gonna turn your torch off. They did not see you. They see a bugbear approaching down the tavern, down the corridor. They did not yet see. Someone put a torch on who they saw so far.
What did you roll, Boogie?
14. I don't
With
know.
the plus 10?
Wasn't my last one like
I thought you
17?
rolled a 4.
I mean, no. I said 14. Wasn't my last one like 22 or something?
Yeah, how do you get as low as 14 with the plus 10 and your stealth that you
Oh,
already
wait.
have?
Whoa. I'm sorry. So it's
24?
yeah. Yeah, 24 when it's plus 10. I'm sorry, guys. Like I messed up. Like when it's plus 10 and also my own additional abilities. Yeah, 24.
So nope, they're sitting there, talking away at the fire.
Ooh, doggy.
That's like 14 with the fucking. That sucks, dude.
And
Yeah,
you said no to rolling 4. I was like, the math doesn't check.
Yeah.
I rolled a negative 3.
Yeah. That's why I was confused as well.
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna keep creeping up.
So,
Can you guys hear what they're saying yet?
yeah, I don't really want to get that much closer. I want to start getting info. Like this is about as far as I was wanting to get.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check as their voices kind of echo down the walls.
15.
And you speak Goblin, I assume.
I do
Am I
indeed.
close enough to be able to hear and understand?
Make a perception roll.
Okay.
Wait, are you behind Bazoid with that?
No,
I'm behind
I
Clamacine.
am right here.
Oh, you moved.
Yeah, I wanted to get a little closer so I could see if I could hear. Let me roll real quick. Nice, 22.
Oh, Agatha's way behind. Good for
Maybe
her
she
not
just
messing us
hasn't.
up.
Oh, I figured she just hadn't been actually moved by DM yet.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like Bazoid would be the farthest behind, but other than that, whatever. And then, yeah, after the suggestion, I would be in front. But I guess Emus wanted to get a bit farther, maybe in order to hear a little better.
At your distance, you can hear the cadence seems like an excited one, like one that they're like sharing something interesting, but you can't pick out the words from that distance with that roll.
Okay. That was both of us, or
What was your roll?
17 plus 5, 22?
So I stare towards Emus to kind of figure out what the heck he's doing, but I think into the hood. This is a fight. What do we do? And like kind of DM note, Agatha does have the hood.
So you feel a hand on your shoulder, and as that happens, she loses control of it and comes into vision. On your side, she's going to make a stealth check. She came out of invisibility to your side when touching you.
Remember, she has +10.
You rolled a 28.
Super.
And then she looks kind of upset. Damn it. I didn't mean to drop it. And then she crouches down looking in the distance. What are they saying, Boogie?
I'll pack your lunch. Oh.
Calamithy, you hear, where are you at? How far away are you? You pick up on skarit skarit.
So I
The scary is the only word you hear.
I whisper to her to where I think maybe Emus can only barely tell that I'm whispering, and also think into the hood. I can't tell what they're saying. They seem excited.
You see the conversation pause for a second as the sentry is reminded of his duties, and the person with the bow is going to take one more quick glance down the tunnel. May roll his perception check. What's your current what was your current stealth?
I see a 15 rolled in front of me. Was that for perception or was that for stealth?
I believe
That
you
was
rolled
perception.
the 14 and it was like 24.
Yeah, 24 for stealth. Visual
Ooh.
stealth.
Nice. He rolled an 18 for perception, but he looks down and then looks back to his colleagues, the fire kind of in his eyes. You hear them going back to oh.
Okay,
How
I
much
stay
time?
silent. Anybody want to contribute to what I just
I
said?
would move a little closer, kind of creeping up to right here and try to hear more again. I would even say I would go prone.
I'm going to motion my hand up to everyone, like, hey, attention on me, kind of real quick. And then I'm going to start using the signals that we would have been trained back in school to point towards the guard and to motion silently dispatch them. And then I'm going to reach in and I'm gonna reach into one of my pockets and pull out one of the teleportation arrows and the dart of teleportation I have and hold them up with like a questioning look.
And Agatha's eyes are nodding excitedly, wide open, big. She's giving you 2 thumbs up, like, yeah, do it, dude.
We're automatically going into killing. I thought we were trying to talk to them.
Well, but yeah, we have to get past the guard though. My thought is we can silently dispatch them and then get in farther to get to the juicy stuff.
So you're gonna kill in order to negotiate?
Yes.
I want them knocked out.
I mean,
It's-
dispatching doesn't necessarily mean killing. It just means
Freaking-
taken care of. So
Meta
we can
talk,
try knocking.
knocking out is not actually any harder than killing. Like, if you bring them to 0, you as a player can say, I want them
It's
knocked
harder
out.
to do at range with the arrows.
No, I would actually challenge that. I think every weapon Unless it's some weird thing where you crit and you do not.
How do
get
we
it,
like
you know,
knock someone out with a deadly arrow?
Wound them enough so that they pass out.
I guess.
Maybe if you like hit them in the forehead to bonk them, but not actually hit
How
them
do
in
you
the
bonk
neck.
someone with a needle?
So my perception was 14 for the closer I'm crawled right here.
With piercing weapons, it does kind of seem like a called shot sort of thing, in order to not kill rather than kill. But I don't know. I'm just talking about what I've read.
In my opinion, how I'm going to rule it in my campaign, I think that knocking out someone would only be able to be done with a ranged weapon if you had a specific like blunt object type deal. If it was a piercing or a slashing, no. Like in
Yeah, like-
melee, it makes sense because you can like punch someone, or you can get behind them and choke them out, or there's
Or hit them with the pommel of your sword.
Yeah, that's what I
right,
was just thinking.
I
right,
can't like shoot an arrow sideways so it broadsides them across the face,
right.
you know.
Now, if you had some like cone shaped, cylinder type blocks at the end, like meant for something like that, I would allow it, but
Right.
no.
Okay. Then I will nod to Emus. And also, freaking take out my bow.
You watch as this goblin tosses something into the fire, that kind of resembles a human arm, maybe like skeleton left over from gnawing on it as he tosses it into the fire.
See, this would be a great time for like Boogie to have etherealness, so he could just zoom on over there and then just reappear and knock them all out.
I don't have the
He
ability.
How
could-
far are
I'm
we
not
away
4
from
feet.
them?
Oh, that's a great question, actually. Oop. We are we're at 20 tiles, so that's
110 feet away.
yeah.
What about if Boogie kind of walked up? We see how they react to that, and we are his Overwatch. If
I have
conversing with them doesn't work, we have to kill them.
I could also cast etherealness and walk up with him, and then I'll be ready to jump back in if there's a problem.
There's that.
I like that idea. So I'm gonna hand motion over as like me being super quiet, Boogie walking up to communicate, and I'm with Boogie, and then I'm gonna point at everyone else to stay.
You can only cast etherealness once per day, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Explain that to me again. I'm in my head visualizing it. What is Emus doing?
Okay, so I'm gonna point to Boogie. I'm gonna motion for him to move up and talk, like communicate, and then I'm gonna point to myself, and I'm gonna like really emphasize sneaky. I was also going up there, and then I'm gonna point to everyone else and give them the motion to stay.
Agatha frowns, but nods.
I whisper to just Agatha. If you're sure you can be as sneaky as Emus, you can go also.
Oh, why would you say that to her?
Freaking whatever.
Because she's practicing on her own invisible shit. The stronger she gets, the more she uses it, the better. She's gonna do it regardless. Why not at least give her permission?
All right,
Okay,
I'm just gonna
so-
wait for Boogie to start moving forward.
Yeah, so I'm at this point I'm going to like kind of slowly drop my like gradually drop my stealth. Like I've been trying to not make sounds before now, not even be too visible before now. But now I'm going to be like, hey, you didn't notice me with vision, and I'm approaching fastly, even though I'm not approaching too fast.
As
with
he
So
starts
this
to
one-
move,
Go ahead.
as he
Go
starts
ahead,
to
Amos.
move up, I'd like to offer back my dart of teleportation to Clamacy.
I'll grab it. Nod my thanks.
And then I'm going to slip from this plane of existence. Shoop.
You hear the goblin say, "Stop right there!" in Goblin. And they turn, get it into position. They're going to walk up and in Goblin say, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, that's so cool. I just get to be among them. They don't even have no idea.
Among Us.
Among us.
And they begin walking towards this one, walking around to your back. This one walking here.
What are your orders regarding me?
He looks confused and he reaches out and sniffs. And in Goblin, he says, "You smell like oog pee."
Wait, are you saying that I don't know how to understand that?
It's kind of slang, so make an intelligence roll for me.
Okay.
He smells like
14.
us.
So yeah, he's saying in Goblin, Oogpee is a combination of their words for ugly person, what they call humans, and when they smell like fine or fragrant, anything like that, that smell generally kind of turns off a goblin, and they call it smelling like an Oogpee.
I tried to mask my scent. I didn't do a good job.
They're going to draw their swords and say, "Explain. Why here?"
Seeing them draw my swords, Emus is going to reach out with his staff, and he's going to kind of stick it in the space, or he's going to extend it and stick it in the space of one of the goblin's heads. And then with his other hand,
One second. I need to check. I don't think, because you can still see the creatures.
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
You summon to the border regions of the ethereal plane in the area where it overlaps with your current plane. You remain in the border ethereal for the duration or until you use your action to dismiss the spell. During this time, you can move in any direction. If you move up, down, every move in a foot costs an extra foot. You can see and hear the plane where you originated from, but everything there looks gray, and you can't see anything more than 60 feet away. While on the ethereal plane, you can only affect and be affected by other creatures on that plane. Creatures that aren't on the ethereal plane can't perceive you and interact with you unless a special ability or magic has given them the ability to do so. You ignore all objects and effects that aren't on the ethereal plane, allowing you to move through or perceive. Okay. When the spell ends, you immediately return to a plane you registered. If you occupy the same spot as a solid object or creature when this happens, you're immediately shunted to the nearest unoccupied space that you can occupy and take force damage equal to twice the number of feet you are moved. This spell has no effect if you cast it while you are on the ethereal plane that doesn't border it, such as on the outer planes. Okay.
So basically, I'm sticking my weapon in the spot where their heads are. So if I snap back, they're going to have a pike through their head.
So the way the spell would work is it would force their head into a different. They would take force damage from being shunted out of that area, but it wouldn't exist inside their head. It
Right.
would
Yeah.
Okay,
But it's still something, right?
right.
It's better than nothing.
Just making sure we're on the same page. I don't want
Yeah.
your expectation to be crushed.
With the pike lengthened to 10 feet, is it able to intersect the bodies of both the golems I'm next to? Like if I hold it sideways?
Hold on, let me get right on their heads.
Doesn't have to be in their heads, just in their body.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, exactly in their heads.
All right, I'm just holding it in the middle sideways with one end inside each of their bodies, just ready to pop back.
That's such a gangster move.
Thank you.
All right. This one approaches you a little bit more, circling around the back. And they said, explain.
I want to ally the goblins with the humans.
Make a persuasion roll, brother.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
If you're dealing with a goblinoid, is dealing with a goblinoid. I feel like if
13.
their persuasion roll is really low, it should succeed, and if it's high, it should fail.
What'd you get?
1-3.
They turn and look at each other, and they toss their head back, and all three laugh. You smell bad, and you're not funny.
I stand up more, almost like angrily at them. What do you want?
This is all in Goblin, right?
Yes.
And they said, you to leave. The other one turns to the other. You alone?
I've got an idea. I point to the one behind me. Let's go out towards the entrance. I want to show you something.
Roll another persuasion check.
17.
He looks curious and says, show me what?
I want to show you why I saw this entrance.
Explain why you smell like Oog P2? And he's going to begin following you. The other two are going to stay back. They're going to turn, looking at the guy with the bow, shrugging, and bickering back and forth really quickly. And Goblin, and they're going to walk forward.
East is gonna walk back towards the fire with the rest of them. It's just he's gonna hang out with these guys. We're buddies now.
And you hear them in Goblin going back and forth. And it's kind of interesting as you watch from the ethereal plane. There definitely is like a social dynamic to these goblins. Like they're intelligent enough to have conversations and discuss things and like what do we like, you can't hear what they're saying, but they're trying to figure out what the hell to do about this bugbear that just took their friend off with them.
Yeah. Well, while I'm standing here watching them, I'm gonna kind of amusedly study them and just see how they interact and their body language.
Make an insight check. As he walks down this way, he's going to turn and gasp as he sees Calamity, and I need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh, wait, I say in Goblin. I'm with that guy. I just didn't want to scare you guys.
Oogpy!
Dang it. Alright.
6.
I rolled a 1 with a +7, so 8.
What's your insight check, Seth?
Mine was 10.
You can see it looks like they're readying their weapons. At the general vibe you're getting is that they were like, let's just go sneak up and kill the bugbear. Like, let's just get rid of the problem and be done with it. It's not worth the risk.
I'm gonna immediately position myself with my spear with it through at least 2 of the goblins ready to reapparate.
Okay, so everyone roll initiative.
Yes.
Weird. My initiative didn't go up when I leveled up, even though I got the proficiency increase.
It should.
No,
Plus
shouldn't.
4.
Yeah, do you not have? Oh wait, no, it shouldn't. There's not a initiative skill.
Yeah,
Oh,
initiative
right.
is just dexterity, unless you're some weird person that
Oh,
gets some
right,
extra
right.
benefit.
Okay, well, I got 9.
And our initiatives have all been really low so far.
Crap.
I've been rolling low today, period.
My initiative
Yeah.
was 16 plus 2, so 18.
You're the highest so
Jeez.
far from us.
Yeah, that sucks.
Too bad you're so freaking far back.
Well, it gives you a chance to catch up, you know?
I'm 6.
That was hot.
6, you said?
Thank you. I try.
Boogie 6.
And what was Zoid's?
18. I roll good for this.
And what was Clamsy's?
8.
Yeah, you guys did suck.
I rolled a nat 1.
How far away am I from this goblin?
I can answer that question for you since everyone else is busy. Where are you? There you are. From the closest one?
Yeah.
You're about 50, 55, 60, 65 feet away.
Yeah.
Almost 70 feet.
Yep.
I would say it went so bad because I was trying and failing to persuade him that I am not bad in Goblin.
So, starting off as a bad guy, he's going to run up and he's going to make an attack against you. Ooh. 23 to hit.
Hits.
Egg.
And he's going to do 4 slashing damage.
Alright, and just because I can, I'm gonna uncanny dodge that and have that damage.
Oh, I
And then
thought he was hitting me.
he's going to bonus action disengage.
Was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Gosh, I love that little boy.
The snow is melting. I can play outside now.
Is it still light out there?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So that he disengages, starts running towards Emis and back towards the other group. At a girl.
Agatha rolling, picking up our slack.
You watch
Somebody's
as
gotta.
coming from back by the fire, coming out of invisibility, wand readied, you watch Agatha launch a firebolt right into the back of this goblin
Oh
archer.
boy, I'm home.
And you watch as pain streaks against his face, burning flesh smell comes immediately wafting, and he falls to the ground,
Dead?
dead.
Dang,
Egg,
that's a
Agatha.
strong firebolt.
Yeah, her firebolt
Firebolt
would
is
hit him.
friggin' deadly.
It did 8 damage.
Oh. Well,
So
you can
there's
upcast it like crazy.
really not much I can do from being this far away. So I am going to step out, and I don't have control over my character, Mike.
Seth, how I'm going to make this happen is since you basically I'm going to have you were taking the hold your action that you can use your reaction to come out of the ethereal plane, okay?
Okay.
Can I go now?
I'll let Bezoit go, and then I'll go.
Yeah, for sure. I got to pee first. Hold on.
Sprint! Bezoit,
Nice.
sprint! Sprint like the wind!
Well, no, I don't want to be close enough that they can hit me.
Oh, I think
Okay.
they're going to be dead before this
You're a
round's over.
paladin.
Just wait until everybody else gets
They're
the credit.
No, you don't
We're all
understand. They're
free.
too far away from me for me to hit them. I don't want to get in range where they can run and hit me then.
Oh, they're about to get the surprise of their life,
Right.
man.
Wait till you see what I'm going to do, though.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
So
All
Bazillion.
right. Are you back?
Yep.
Because I was so far back, I was like 70 feet away from them. I come running out and move my 30 feet movement speed, wailing my arms and shaking my head and screaming like a banshee. Just to get all their attention.
Make a intimidation check for me. Wait, are you trying to
Okay.
are you trying to hold on before I ask you to roll this? Are you having them like, oh shit, it's a Dragonborn run, or is this more like a what the fuck is that kind of deal?
More like a what the heck?
Okay, roll a performance for me.
Crap, I messed up.
Fantastic. I love it.
Two. I got 14.
Okay, so as you come down, waving your hands, these two do turn and look, and so does this one.
Yeah, I just want to get their attention so that they don't notice anything else going on around them.
Not a bad strategy.
This one's gonna turn back though and face, but you got two of their attentions. All right. It is the Goblin Warrior's turn. Emus is
Reaction!
getting ready. So as he's getting ready to go towards Agatha, you watch as Emus forms into from.
Can I describe how I do it?
Sure.
All right. So right before I plant, I reapparate. I'm going to plant my feet strong on the ground, getting a good steady stance. I'm gonna grip onto that spear with like my life depends on it and does, and I'm going to hold it tight and try to stiffen up as much as possible so I don't get pushed, they get pushed, kind of deal. And then I pop back in. What was that for?
Game master.
I was
no.
calculating the amount of force damage they were going to take from it. So as you come in, so it does 1d10 force damage. So as you come in, boom, they get this one pushes forward. This one goes forward this way. Their heads, they yell for big ol' like massive concussions affecting their heads. And he is going to what is he gonna do? He probably be pissed off.
How did Emus get a turn?
He held his
basically-
action, was using a reaction.
Yeah, basically
He's
I was
using a
ready.
reaction to he was ready to drop the spell. When he dropped the spell, that's what happened. It wasn't him taking an attack, it was because of where it just was when he dropped the spell.
Gotcha.
Alright, so he's going to turn, he's going to make his attack at this freak that just came out of Oop-de-oop-me. Ooh, nat 20.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ, really?
Cheese and rice.
This should be fun.
Cheese and rice.
And he's going to do 8 slashing damage to you.
Oof, ouch, owie, my bones.
This small child. Crits.
And then he's going to take a swing at you, and he's going to have a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And he's going to roll 7 slashing damage.
Got it. By the way, Andrew, I just looked it up previously because I was curious. I can actually technically cast Etherealness a lot more. I can use it every short rest.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway. I guess I'm just waiting for it to be my turn.
Sorry. All right, Emus, your turn.
Okay. So I'm still standing there planted. I take these 2 blows, most of it being absorbed by my armor, and I kind of wince and pain at a few of them. But I hold my ground and I twirl this spear around and I shove it straight into This one's face. Boom, 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 boom. And then let me roll for attack. Man, it's been a while since we've done combat. 19. I almost got that 20. 19, 14, 24 to hit.
Okay, roll damage.
1d10. Hold up. I have not used my 1d10 yet. Where is it? 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 That's not it. This one goes up to 12. It's a d12. Sorry, guys. Okay, d10. 9.
How do you want to do this?
I'm gonna just shove it straight to his face.
So as you come spinning around, boom, you watch as his flesh around his face caves way to the hardness of the pike and falls to the ground dead.
And then my
And oh fuck, 1 second. Okay.
and then I'm gonna twirl around with the grace of a skilled dancer, and I'm going to lash out the point and swipe it across the other one.
You have extra attack?
I have 2 attacks. Yes.
Okay.
5 plus 5, 10 to hit.
So as you swing back around, this one misses, ducking behind it. He goes, okay, okay.
Emus is definitely trying to pull off a performance here, and maybe got a little overzealous.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Calamity.
Woot. Pull out my scimitars. 5, 10. I don't think I can reach him with just my normal speed. No.
Did you just measure 2 tiles?
Is it not?
No, your movement speed is 3 tiles. Wait,
Tiles.
6 tiles? Yeah, 6 times 5 is 30. Because you're a normal sized creature. 6 tiles is your movement speed.
Okay. Oh. And I'm gonna swing at him. 16.
Hits. Roll damage.
Um,
7?
yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Oh. I guess just a quick stab into his heart.
Yes. And he falls to the ground. Oops.
Calamity, the efficient, deadly killer, takes no chances.
Well, I don't want it to look like a slaughter fest. Like, I didn't want to fight. I wanted to talk.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn, Calamity?
Oh, yes, it is.
You guys are making quick work of these goblins.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I want to go ahead and shoot at this goblin. Over there on the left.
You should pull out
This is
Pull out your weapon.
the longbow.
Okay, roll attack.
$17 to hit.
Roll damage.
Seven.
How do you want to do this?
Friggin' center mass, kind of on his right side.
Uh, he falls to the ground, dead. Um, combat ceases, and so basically, what happens is this all happens within 6 seconds. Um, yeah, it's like boom, and then it's just quiet. Bodies fall to the floor. A little bit of heavy breathing from Agatha. The fire crackling beside her, and her eyes are wide.
I'm gonna give my spear a little flourish and let it shorten itself again and reattach to my chest piece and pull up my bow. I'm gonna give her kind of a concerned look and like, "Are you okay?" I'm gonna quietly say, "Are you okay?"
Her eyes wide. She goes, "That was awesome."
I'm gonna kind of give her almost a sad kind of grin, like, yeah, it was, but I really wish you didn't enjoy it so much." I'm gonna say, "Stay here, wait for the others. I'm gonna go up ahead, watch the corner to make sure no one heard us." I'm just
As
gonna
you
walk ahead of
approach the corner, you roll a perception check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stack up on this corner, watching down, listening, making sure no one
And how
heard us.
far
And it's
is your dark vision? 60 feet or 120?
60.
Okay.
10 plus 7, 17.
In the distance, you hear like these two rabid, barking, yipping kind of sounds. Make an intelligence check for me.
14 plus 0. 14.
Um, as a ranger, you would recognize that it sounds like the yippering and yappering of a warg, of a pair of wargs.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay stacked up here and listen and watch, make sure.
As I approach up here next to Cal, I want to whisper very lowly in her ear, "Hey, Cal, I know this is kind of not the right time, but do you think that Boogie would be upset if we procured some of this goblin meat for the mimic?"
Make a stealth check for me. I want to see if Boogie hears you.
20.
Yep. I'm sorry. My passive perception, which I guess I wasn't really listening, is just 10. So she succeeds.
We'll see if I am a good quiet talker though. Because I would just be like, I don't know, maybe we should just ask him.
Okay. I'll turn around. Hey, Boogie, pal.
What kind of rules?
Yeah.
I know that these are, your race, but what do you think about procuring some of this meat for the mimic?
They aren't really his race, they're more like his kin.
Sure, I guess.
You don't have an issue with that? That's not going to offend you?
No, I'm only worried about this negotiation.
All right. Thanks, Boogie.
As
Yeah,
you turn
Cal,
and
he's
walk
okay.
past the goblin, you can see in his tunic there's a kind of a lump, an item stowed away inside of his clothing.
Okay, so I'm going to check him first.
And it looks to be a small humanoid skull that's been hollowed out and packed full of some kind of blackish powder with a wick sticking out of it.
So it looks like a candle or maybe a bomb.
Maybe a skull bomb.
Because, of course, those exist.
Hey, Cal, what do you think about this? You've got any use for it?
No, I would feel pretty wrong about using a child's skull for killing.
Can I shake out the powder?
Sure.
I'm
As you
gonna
pull on the wick, it would pour out.
So I'm gonna dismantle that and Do I see anything else on this goblin that's worth anything to us?
Other than a necklace of teeth, no.
Necklace of teeth? Human
Yeah.
teeth?
All sorts. There's human teeth, hog teeth, warg teeth, even goblin
Yeah,
teeth are
I'm
on
not
it.
interested in that. I'm gonna ask Cal. You got your bag of holding on you?
I do.
Do you got a knife? I don't have a knife. I just got my mace.
Yeah, I'll hand you one of my daggers.
So as she hands me one of the daggers, I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to disassemble this goblin and put the pieces in the bag of holding for Tammy when we get back.
Aw, dang. Can I do, but when I see that you're going to start doing that, I'd be like, why don't we just put the whole body in the bag since it's already dead, and maybe we could just have Tammy cut it up how she wants it, and then I don't have.
Yeah. Good idea. Good idea.
Maybe we want to cover our tracks too. Just saying.
So you
Just
want to put all the
take
bodies in
off.
her bag,
Man. Yeah, I guess.
or two in your bag and two in Emus's? Emus is already gone.
I'll go ahead and pick up this body right here.
You got a bag of holding, Boogie?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna throw that body in Cal's bag of holding, and I'm gonna hand her back her dagger. Good call, Cal.
Thank you.
So they each have, except for there's one with a short bow, and then the other three of them have scimitars on them. Among them, one has some decomposing fish heads, and the other has a jar of pickled ears, which is a
What is
goblinoid delicacy.
a scimitar?
It's a type
Um,
of curved sword. I'll post a picture of it for you.
Do you know what kind of damage those?
1d6s.
Okay. But those are close range weapons too, right?
Yeah.
It's
All
a
right.
it's a decent weapon, but it's nothing we need.
Yeah, that's what I was ascertaining.
Well, if it looked in good enough shape, maybe Agatha would want it instead of the short
Yeah.
sword.
They retail market price is 25 gold each.
That's pretty good.
Oh, really? I'm gonna go ahead and pick them up then, and ask first if Agatha. Hey, Agatha, you want one of these weapons?
Not so loud.
She
I'm
looks
gonna
over.
softly ask her. Hey, Agatha, you want any of these weapons?
She shakes her head no. I like the balance of the sword I have.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw those on my back strap.
I posted a picture for you, Sam, in the Seven
I
Stars.
saw.
Yep, it's think of like the in the real world they were using like Arabia in the Middle East.
Doesn't say Aladdin.
Yeah, there you go.
So the ones that is a scimitar. The ones I'm imagining more of is like less of a dramatic curve like this.
I described like one of the first images off of Google to get the
Yeah,
general idea.
I'm just saying it's not as curved, but yeah.
I'm imagining a falchion versus a scimitar.
But anyway,
Oh, there was two of those scimitars, correct?
Three. There's three and one short bow.
And the short bow is worth how much?
Market. So you're probably not going to get market unless you read
Yeah.
haggle. Short bow's also 25 gold is what the selling price is from a market. So you would
Okay.
probably get like a good price would probably be like 18 gold for it.
Okay.
All right, guys. It's 8 p.m. as in 10 p.m. for you guys. Let's kind of discuss what we're gonna do if we're gonna proceed from this scene. Clean up the bodies. What are we gonna do? And then we'll start next session at the transition away from this combat.
Well, we put two bodies in Cal's bag and two bodies in Boogie's bag.
Oh yeah, I guess that'd be okay with me.
Well, I thought that's what we had decided.
I just hurried
Yeah,
up
that's
and
good
grabbed
with
the
me as
one
well,
near
yeah.
me, since I saw that's what we were doing.
Okay.
You're putting all the bags in bags, or all the bodies in bags of holding?
Yeah, to hide the bodies so that it doesn't look like we did anything, like they just left.
Okay, so that's 4 goblins.
I'm sorry, real quick. I was just watching the map, and I just saw Bezoit's token go sprinting across the map and run straight into the wall beside me, and just like she crashed into it. I thought it was
So their
funny.
4 bodies are going to be about 200 pounds taken up in the bag.
Well, there's
And
2 bodies in each bag, so that's still 400.
That's 100 per bag, 100
Okay.
pounds per bag.
And how does that affect the bag of holding?
Because a bag of holding has a limit.
Of
Maximum of 500.
okay, gotcha.
So 4 dead goblins. Now, do know that things still deteriorate in the extra dimensional realm that it's stored in. It's not like it's
Yeah, it was
immune
just
to
being
us.
stored to bring back to Tammy to feed the mimic.
So
Okay.
I
Right.
always imagined it as being like kind of like a refrigerator.
No.
No, things still spoil.
No, just regular. Huh. Oops.
Yeah, but we held Oriana in the bag for days and she was fine.
You had her in there for, I think, like 18 hours.
It wasn't very long. I mean, what? To our characters, we've been out in the world for like less than a week still. Or just
11
out.
days?
You guys have been away from the Academy Island for almost 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because
This is
you
pretty
got to
action.
remember it was 7 days of sailing,
Yeah, this
or
is a pretty
5 days. You
action-packed
guys made it in 5
campaign.
days. In a bad way?
No. I mean, having the breather and having everything that happened to the ship and the tree was really nice. But then I was really like, especially last session, I was really itching to get to the goblins and start combat again. So
Are you happy with how easy they go down? They have 7 HP, dude.
oh, it just feels like a warm up. Like, oh, we're getting back into it. I gotta remember which dice to use. You know, I used a weapon I had in combat I've never used in combat before, so I had to make sure I had all the stats right for it.
Yeah, there's plenty of goblins here, and there's wargs and. Yep.